Now we got this right here. Lord, I'm so sad about it. This is what I opened my show with. No, I didn't open the show with this. So, ladies and gentlemen, we about to talk about the coach. We're about to talk about the coach and his chocolate problems. But first, let me show y'all what went down with the coach and his chocolate problem. He got a chocolate problem, honey. It's good to have a chocolate problem. You know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about it. Here we go.
I know what two women been together look like shit. Nah, we've been married 19 years, and all that time you ain't never thought about no pussy. Now all of a sudden you bumping foxes like a motherfucking pro.
What? You think you're the only one who gets to have some fucking pussy? Huh? That's right. We've been married for 19 fucking years, and you don't even know that I like pussy just as much as you. Hell, maybe even more.
Yeah.
We bumping foxes like a MF and pro?
Yeah. He looking like you enjoying. This is supposed to be my setup. This is my hookup, and you enjoying this more than I am. No.
Not only that, but did you see the way when his bumping and grinding started slowing down?
Like,
well, I mean, 1 minute he was pumping that, then them RPMs was 100 miles an hour. Then all of a sudden, his bumping and grinding, and Coach is in decent shape to be an old dude, but that bumping and grinding stopped because
like, wait a minute,
Farrah had her whole wrist down there between Mercedes' legs, and that was making Mercedes nut and scream and holler. And Coach was like, "What the hell? You ain't doing all the screaming because of my meat. What you doing?" And that made him yank them women off. And I'm just sitting here like, Coach, if you play your cards right, if you do this right, Coach, you got two chocolate bunnies, a Mercedes and a Farrah. What the hell is wrong with the fellas? Talk to him. What the hell is wrong with Coach? And look, and then he could go cheap with Mercedes because obviously Mercedes cares about Farrah. And I told y'all she did. And I also told y'all she would be a lady about this thing because she don't want to lose her money. Mm-hmm. But at the end of this whole scene, she showed y'all that she cared more about Farrah than the money because her ass walked out the door without getting her 40 stacks. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Cedes.
That wasn't happening.
Cedes.
I mean, well,
Cedes.
She can reach out to Farrah and say, Farrah, give me my money.
Cedes. You gotta get your 40
stack. They had like a contract, right?
Yeah, they had that was a non-disclosure. I don't know. I don't know if the money was in the contract because technically in Mississippi that is illegal, but that contract was an NDA. Mm-hmm. So it ain't really nothing she can do, but she should have took the money. Mm-hmm. What in the world was she doing?
I think she gonna get her money. I think she gonna get her money.
But you saw at the end, she ran out of there because she really likes Farrah. That's why she ran out of there. But the coach missing out on his blessing.
Oh, just go. Blessing.
Yes, he missed. Look, you missing out. Mm-hmm. He can get this Mercedes. Him and his wife can get the Mercedes experience every day for free. Mm-hmm. He's thinking small-minded.
No, he wants the Mercedes experience with his wife kind of sitting on the sideline. He don't want her to. Don't want her experience to be better than his.
Let me say it like this. This is one of the tenets of sister wives, because some people in relationships get absorbed by what the other one is doing, and their dreams, hopes, and aspirations just get thrown to the side because they're helping one part of that unit make it, and then that part of the unit does make it, and their part never gets fulfilled. That's what happened to Farrah, and she sat on the sideline watching Coach do all these different women. She's not really doing nothing. And she's living this life of luxury, but she's not being fulfilled. Mm-hmm. And in walks a Mercedes experience with all the trim, patent leather steering wheels, it self-drive, it do everything.
I mean, he should have been a little suspicious when she agreed to the whole situation.
But the thing is, he knows that she knows he already been stepping out. Mm-hmm. And
what he didn't know is she wanted that in her bed more than she wanted him in her bed.
She didn't want it at first. This was a work in progress. At first, see, Mercedes won this woman over because she stroked her emotions and her mind. Mm-hmm. And I always tell men, If you can make a woman laugh and you can figure out what they're interested in, you can win them. But hell, you can win anybody like that.
But she said that she enjoyed women more than him.
So you said
she said I probably enjoy him more than you.
Probably,
you just didn't know that.
So you saying you think that she done stepped out on him before with women?
Probably. Well,
we have no evidence
I don't
of that.
know.
We have no evidence.
I mean, she could have been playing coy. I mean, because she sure let that statement flow off her lips.
I'm just amazed at the way Mercedes liked it. Did you hear her screaming?
I mean, but Mercedes didn't want to have nothing to do with
at first. And even in this episode, Mercedes wasn't trying to mess up her money.
Right. And so when she got out the car, when she was with him on the phone, she's like, well, trying to say, I don't want to deal with your wife. I just want to deal with you. But he wanted to have a wife involved.
But why was she trying to avoid the wife? Because she probably had a little bit of feelings for the wife. And I mean, and in the end, she solidified that by storming out of there without her money.
I mean, part of
that won't real life.
It's like women's empowerment in a sense as well, right?
Yeah, some of that was going on for sure.
Yeah.
Which is why our society tends to accept women on women action way more than men on men action because of the women's empowerment emotion thing. We tend to accept that more. Not saying that is right, but we tend to accept that more. And I would have loved to have seen Coach players. Come on, Coach.
Oh, whatever.
Golly, help empower these women. Help empower these chocolate sisters, dude. Golly, you messed it up for everybody. But this ain't the end of it. This ain't the end of it. Because Farrah is gonna want even though she sent Mercedes out, she's gonna have questions. She ain't done with no Mercedes.
Farrah. I think Farrah's gonna get Mercedes her money.
Yep.
Mercedes ain't walking away from that. She's smart. I think she's smart about her business. And there's no point in me standing here arguing with you now. You giving me my money.
So you think that Mercedes is gonna eventually get that money?
Yeah.
Okay.